And hi, I'm Cindy, and welcome to Pearls of Liberty. Today is March 25th, 2012, and we are out of town for a Republic meeting, and we do want to mention a few things about the Republic meeting because there are some very exciting things on the horizon for the Republic of the United States.
Yeah, that's true. Funding is in the bank, and we want to make sure everybody knows that we are non-belligerent towards the United States de facto corporation government, and we are in no way at odds with them, and yet we don't expect them to in any way promote the republic. So that is a touchy area. Obviously, the true government of the United States is being restored. The government by the people, not by the corporation, not managed through the Corporation of London, which is what the de facto is. So things are really starting to take shape, and it's amazing. It's all breaking loose at one time. This is a very interesting threshold that we're at because the de facto, the global corporate New World Order government is not giving up by any means. We see Obama as the leader of that establishment really trying to increase the power of tyranny right now, and as with this executive order that claims control over all natural resources and all human resources, etc. It's just this massive power grab, unbelievable. It's hard to take serious, really, but that's what they're doing. They're claiming that they have all this authority, and at the same time, that's really causing people to wake up, saying, what is going on here? People that are paying attention. It's amazing how some people are so brainwashed they can't even see it and think Obama is just this wonderful person doing a great job, and if you accuse him of not being a good American, then you're a racist. So,
and if you see our Facebook page, you know who makes most of those comments.
I feel like the Apostle Paul. He had this. That in the sense that there is this thorn in the flesh that was given to test him. So I've got this amazing brother that is always just the perfect Obama apologist, and just this good liberal in the brainwashed corporate sense of the word liberal, not in the terms of a classical liberal. I think he thinks he's a classical liberal, but this is really just about thinking that anybody that is opposing Obama on constitutional grounds and opposing the current government on constitutional grounds must have some secret hidden racial agenda. So it's really, I don't want to say a stroke of genius, but it was some pretty intelligent diabolical planning to place Obama in office at this time so that people that aren't paying attention could easily be told that opposition to Obama and the current de facto government on constitutional grounds is racism or reactionary behavior of some kind. But people that are freedom-loving, people that really understand what America's all about, they can see right through it. So people are waking up. People are understanding what's going on. That tyrants are behaving like tyrants, as we said last week, and it's good news because that really causes the true freedom lovers to come out and say, hey, this is the time to take our stand. We can't play games anymore.
That's right. And there is another issue of concern that is evidence of tyranny trying to get a last stranglehold on us. Well, possibly not a last-ditch effort, but very close to the last ditch based on some things that we will share in a minute. But in Utah, you have probably heard that this huge information catching facility is being set up to monitor the entire nation. And I think you wanted to say a little bit about that, didn't you?
I don't know a whole lot more about it other than that. Obviously, they didn't just start to build this thing. They've been building it for some time, and it's a hub. It's an information gathering hub that gives a capability to basically monitor anything. And this is a police state that's being set up that is just unbelievable in terms of its spy power and Gestapo power to go after anybody. So there's just so many freedom-loving, liberty-loving people on the net that this, I think it's too little too late to try to get a chilling effect. The genie's out of the bottle. There's no way that people are going to be silenced short of them actually rounding people up, which may be the next stage. But it will be interesting to see how this shakes out, because as there's resources that are being released through international sources that know what's happening in America, and there are people that are going to have the resources to pour into campaigns that are fighting for liberty, like Ron Paul's Campaign for Liberty is the spearhead nationally. So there is going to be an increasing opportunity to really put the battle for liberty in the forefront of the American people's minds as we see the media break loose from the shackles of the contemporary muzzle that's been put on it through the corporation. We're going to see things break loose, and this will be very exciting. But you will see also people that have been brainwashed. They'll start to think that, oh no, the right-wing loonies have gone crazy and they're taking control of America. I can almost hear my brother saying that. So this is going to be an exciting time that we're headed into. It won't be a cakewalk, but it's going to be exciting for people that love liberty to actually begin to see some progress happening.
Sure. And one of the things that Don was referring to are the global settlements and the prosperity packages that are, according to some sources that we are aware of, are being released right now. I mean, pretty much this weekend. So there could be some great changes imminent. And for reference of the prosperity packages and global settlements, you might want to catch up with Benjamin Fulford's blog. And David Wilcock has also talked about that on his radio program. And this is the moment, kind of, that people have been waiting for.
Its stuff is long overdue. It was first planned in the 90s, and then the Bush stealing the election and the 9/11 false flag attack fiasco put the damper on it, put the lid on this stuff. But it's now happening. So Obama and the powers that be have been trying to sit on it, to squash it, to figure out how they could spin it. It still is going to be very possible for Obama to spin this, because there's going to be a tremendous amount of money released into the U.S. Treasury that will enable the price of oil to go down, and for Obama to be perceived as being the savior of the common people through a reduction of the price of oil. And I'm sure he's going to bill himself as being this great economic wizard. But at the same time, we have an opportunity to educate the American people about what's really going on, and I'm hopeful about that.
Sure, and according to Benjamin Fulford, there are 10,000 imminent arrests that will be televised. So we can all be watching for that. And that March 31st deadline that Fulford said had been established by the White Dragons is fast approaching. So keep your eyes and ears open. You might see some historical events. You'll see some things that have never ever happened in this world.
Yeah, and I did see something that I don't fully understand yet, but I just want to throw it out there, is that there is some word in international circles, and I caught the headline on World Affairs Brief, Joel Skousen, who I don't read anymore, but I saw the headline, about some possible coup or something like a coup, a power shift in China. And I can imagine that might have to do with what's happening behind the scenes with the release of funding, because through many sources, we've been told that it is actually the Chinese that have been maneuvering to get the release of these funds. So don't think of the Chinese as being these communists that don't want to have a liberty-free humanity. These are people in Asia, and of course the Chinese are the largest bloc of people in Asia that now understand this system of global domination by the Anglo-American banking empire, and they are not about to be taken over by it. They have, as we've said before, reserves of gold that they have kept secret for centuries. They didn't give it all like they pretended to ages ago when the Rothschilds were setting up their empire. So now there's this shift, and it's primarily the Chinese that are behind this. So for the increase in liberty, don't forget to, as people are jokingly saying on blogs we're reading, don't make sure to order Chinese takeout and give thanks to the Chinese for the liberties that you're going to be experiencing, and the new release of funding and prosperity packages to right the wrongs that have been so legion for so many years.
Yeah, our enemies are not communists. Our enemies are tyrants who manipulate all.
I want to be
modes.
clear. Communism is a real enemy, but don't think that all the Chinese are communists. The communist system was engineered by the globalists. They deliberately put Mao in power. They're always about consolidating power and vertically integrating their control system and backing any brutal dictator that can deliver a whole block of people into their hands. And that's why the international bankers funded Mao, and that's why they want to have communists in power. The problem with their plan is that people have begun to see through that, and they, being the Chinese and Japanese, Koreans even, they're wanting to have freedom just as much as Americans are. And they realize more than Americans do how brainwashed Americans are, and they want us to once again be the leader of free humanity, because we've got the background to do it if we only wake up and read our own history and understand what's happening in the world.
So,
exciting times.
Exciting times, and insist on liberty and justice.
And justice for all. Yes.
Go in
Truth,
peace.
justice, and the American way.
That's right.